Hello everyone! Well, this day has finally come and here is another video for you to see. I've been gone for quite some time because I've been very busy with schoolwork and I've had a cold and I've also been working on some clocks. Here's the main subject of this video. It's a Jantar desk clock with calendar work. It was made in the USSR, probably in the 1970s, and it uses a transistorized movement, or an automat as I like to call it. And if you look right there in the center of the screen, yeah, right there, there's like a weird symbol, and that symbol is used in physics to represent a transistor. Below the dial is the calendar display, with the date on the left and the days of the week in Romanian on the right. Today is Sunday, the 5th of March, 2023, and the clock displays the correct date. Unfortunately, the clock does not adjust for short months, or I should say it does not adjust for any month at all, because at the end of the month, you have to go and adjust the date manually, or else you'll end up with some dates like the 32nd, the 39th, or my favorite one, the 0th. Before I'll show you the movement, I might as well teach you the days of the week in Romanian real quick. So first off, we have luni, which is Monday. Marți is Tuesday. That weird T-shaped letter is called Ц. Miercuri is Wednesday. There's a missing I right next to the R. That I is printed on the day wheel, but the communists arranged it in such a way that it's not visible. Joi is Thursday. Vineri is Friday. Sâmbătă is Saturday. This is the old way of writing it. And Duminică is Sunday. Yes, again, there is a missing letter that's right next to that C. It is in there, but it's not visible. Here's how we write Sâmbătă nowadays. And you can see Miercuri, it has an I in there. And Duminică has that letter in there. That letter is called A. Here's the inside of the Jantar desk clock. And here is the automat movement that gave me quite a hard time a few months ago, until I finally gave up on it. And I took it to the local clock shop about a week ago, and it came back home working about 4 days ago. Now I only need to regulate it because it's going quite fast. I've worked on this movement for about 2 months, and I couldn't understand what was wrong with it. I even sacrificed 2 other movements to get it going. That did not work, so after taking it to the local clock shop, they told me that basically the screws that hold the balance wheel in there were screwed in too tight. That is probably my fault, because I forgot to unscrew the top screw when I tried to adjust the position of the escapement pallets in relation to the escape wheel. Also, the battery contacts weren't linked correctly to the circuit, so there wasn't enough power going into the movement, and that's why sometimes the clock wouldn't even start. The automatically changing calendar mechanism is pretty basic. There's that big brass wheel in there that has a cam on it, and it makes a complete revolution in 24 hours. And this steel arm is connected to the calendar work, and it rides that cam, so when it reaches the top of it, that small steel arm in here that's connected with the big one is lifted all the way up and engaged with the cams on the day wheel and the date wheel. And because it's spring-loaded, when this big arm reaches the end of the cam, this small one falls really quickly, advancing the calendar 1 day. When I first got the clock, the calendar wouldn't move at all because it was all gummed up. This clock probably hasn't been oiled since it was made. as there was a lot of green gunk on all those joints. So I cleaned that up, I put some fresh oil, and now it works smoothly, just as it should. Here are the two other movements that I sacrificed. This is the original movement of the clock. I took it out because it was unoperational. You can see that on this extension it should have had a few pieces. Those kept falling, so I thought that maybe it's better to replace the whole movement, and that's what I did. This movement came from a mantel clock, and I thought that maybe I can take the balance wheel from this one and put it in this one. That did not work out, so I ended up with two non-working Russian clock movements. Here's where the clock stays. This will probably be the last video for a while, because there's a really important exam coming. I've probably said this before, but I need to study for it, and I don't have enough time for YouTube or anything in general. So yeah, I'll try to upload as soon as I can though. Well, that's about it for today. Make sure to subscribe so you won't miss my next upload. And till then, stay tuned. See you next time.